Hi, welcome to MovieNest. Let's dive into today's mind-blowing film. Wans Sue came from a poor family, but through hard work and determination, she became a successful and wealthy golfer. Today, she's attending a UNICEF headquarters event as a guest speaker. On stage, Wans Sue shares an emotional story about a young girl abducted by a terrorist group, who miraculously survived. The audience is moved by her words, but as soon as she steps off the stage, her secretary rushes to her with alarming news. Wans Sue has received multiple threats from the same terrorist group. The secretary suggests canceling all plans for the day, but Wans Sue refuses. She continues with her schedule and heads to an interview with Prince Mohammed before visiting a shopping district in Manila to prepare for an upcoming fundraiser. After leaving a jewelry store, tragedy strikes. A sniper takes aim at Wans Sue, but instead, the young woman accompanying her is shot dead. Chaos erupts. Her bodyguard tries to shield her, but he's killed moments later. Panic sets in. Just when things seem hopeless, a mysterious man named Tycoon appears and pulls her behind a car for cover. The sniper keeps firing, but Tycoon manages to return fire, forcing the shooter to retreat. He quickly escorts Wans Sue to an SUV, and they speed away from the scene. During the escape, the SUV suffers an engine failure. Wans Sue, still in shock, questions who this man really is. Tycoon claims he was just passing by and wanted to help. She doesn't buy it, but he reassures her that he's not the enemy. While checking the engine, Tycoon discovers a GPS tracker hidden inside the car. He removes it and explains that the attackers likely know their location, so they need to abandon the vehicle. Wans Sue suggests calling the police, but Tycoon warns against it. What if the terrorists have inside connections? His plan: take her to his nearby house for safety. Once there, Tycoon asks if she knows who might be behind the attack. Wans Sue grows suspicious and tries to leave, but he convinces her it's too dangerous. He promises to drive her to the embassy and tells her to call someone she trusts, but warns not to share their location. After cleaning his wounds, Tycoon comes out to find Wans Sue waiting. She admits she didn't call anyone. She can't remember any numbers. They stick to the plan and prepare to leave. For a brief moment, sparks fly when Tycoon gently wipes blood off her face, but Wans Sue quickly pulls away, realizing the tension between them. Eventually, Wans Sue reunites with her husband, who takes her to the hospital and insists she cancel that night's party. Later, she faces her mother-in-law, Mrs. Park, who pressures her to deliver a bribe to the Chinese ambassador. Wans Sue refuses, leading to a heated argument. Mrs. Park, furious, even hints she wishes Wans Sue were dead. Meanwhile, Tycoon reconnects with an old friend, revealing a deeper motive. He's after the Wei Group, owned by Mrs. Park, to settle an old score. Later, the head of Wei Group security meets Tycoon. It becomes clear these two share a complicated past, and now, they might be teaming up again. When the night of the party arrives, Wans Sue and her husband Kim step out looking elegant and composed. Before they can enter the grand hall, the chief of security stops them. He introduces Tycoon as the newest member of their security team. The moment Wans Sue sees Tycoon, her heart skips a beat. Their eyes meet, and for a second, it feels like the chaos from earlier never happened. But the spark is still there. The chief proudly tells Kim that Tycoon was once his protege at the police academy. Kim thanks Tycoon for saving his wife and tells the chief to reward him generously. As the couple enters the glittering ballroom, applause and music fill the air. Wans Sue takes a deep breath, trying to focus on the evening, but memories from her past come flooding back. She remembers being a little girl watching her mother work as a maid for Mrs. Park, a wealthy woman obsessed with golf. Mrs. Park was cruel, slapping her mother whenever she made a mistake. One day, her mother stole a set of golf clubs and started teaching young Wans Sue the game. That single act changed everything. Wans Sue fell in love with golf. Over the years, her mother pushed her to play professionally and sent her to the US for tournaments. Against all odds, Wans Sue excelled, winning countless championships, often relying on her trusty 7-iron. When asked why she always used that club, she once told reporters, "It's the only one I had growing up. It feels like home." Her success brought fame and money, but also sacrifices. Most of her earnings went to paying off her mother's gambling debts to dangerous loan sharks. Despite everything, Wans Sue turned her pain into purpose, donating her winnings to charity. That's how the world began calling her the Angel of Charity. Back at the party, Wans Sue mingles with guests while Kim drifts away. Soon, Wans Sue notices something strange: a young boy searching for his sister. The boy says he's sleepy and asks if she has seen her. Concerned, Wans Sue starts looking around. Her search leads to a shocking discovery: her husband Kim in a hotel room, having an affair with that same young woman. Rage burns inside her, but deep down, it's not a surprise. She already knew. What infuriates her most is their recklessness, doing this in a hotel full of reporters. One headline, and everything she's built could crumble. Wans Sue storms out and gives Kim time to compose himself. Later, he approaches her, reaching for her hand. They walk back into the party as if nothing happened. They even share a dance under the bright chandeliers, pretending to be the perfect couple. Across the hall, the young woman watches them, jealousy written all over her face. The night takes another turn when Wans Sue steps into Mrs. Park's private room. The old woman kicks the young mistress out and turns her sharp eyes on Wans Sue. Tension crackles in the air. Mrs. Park throws a newspaper at her, mocking her, but Wans Sue doesn't flinch. Instead, she hurls 2 glasses to the floor and demands, "Why do you treat people like dirt just to feel powerful?" She accuses Mrs. Park of knowing about Kim's affair. The old lady smirks but says nothing. Wans Sue makes it clear, she's not leaving Kim, not for love, but for her mission. "I built this foundation with my own hands," she says coldly. "I won't let anyone destroy it, not even him." Mrs. Park reminds her that she owes everything to her, but Wans Sue fires back. "I owe you nothing. I sacrificed my life, my family, even my happiness for this work, and I won't stop now." Later that night, Wans Sue sits alone in a dimly lit bar, nursing a glass of whiskey. She remembers the day she met Kim, when he volunteered at her foundation. He was charming, persuasive, and asked her to give up golf to become his wife. Back in the present, she drains her glass and stumbles out. Dyun, ever watchful, follows quietly. She doesn't want company, but he knows she needs it. They walk through the quiet hotel corridors. At her door, Wans Sue fumbles with her bag, scattering its contents across the carpet as she searches for her keycard. Dyun steps closer, ready to help, unaware that this night is about to change everything. Dyun helps Wans Sue into her room after a long night. They share a quiet, emotional moment where he asks if she feels happy, or just lonely. Before she can answer, a knock at the door interrupts them. It's Kim, her husband, checking in. Wans Sue freezes. She doesn't want to see him, so she grabs Dyun's arm, silently pleading for him to stay quiet. They wait in tense silence until Kim leaves, and then Dyun steps out into the rain. The next day, the group returns to Korea. The chief gives Dyun a tour of the mansion and tells him to relax. He'll adjust to the new job soon. But Dyun's mind is elsewhere. He came here with a purpose, to uncover the truth behind his friend Yuk's death. He remembers Yuk dying in his arms, trying to say something about a photo. Later, Dyun accidentally knocks over a picture frame of him and Yuk. Inside, he finds a hidden SD card. When he checks it, he sees shocking footage: the dead body of Wayne Group's former chairman. Instantly, Dyun realizes his friend uncovered something big, and it cost him his life. Wans Sue soon asks Dyun to keep his distance, saying she feels uncomfortable after the night they spent together. But Dyun ignores her fears and warns her that the attackers were professionals. They will try again. This wasn't a random terrorist attack. Someone with power wants to bury a secret, and Dyun believes the conspiracy runs deep inside Wayne Group. He promises to stay by her side and protect her at all costs. Meanwhile, Wans Sue makes a bold decision. She wants to expand her foundation globally. Her brother is furious. This move will ruin his secret deals, as the foundation launders money for Wayne Group. But Wans Sue is determined to cut ties with Mississippi Park and her shady operations. When her brother asks if the sniper from Manila was caught, she admits no one has been arrested yet. He warns her that when you deal with ruthless people like Mississippi Park, nothing is certain. Later, Wans Sue meets Kim's mistress to put her in her place, but the confrontation turns shocking. The woman reveals the truth. Kim's marriage was never about love. Years ago, Kim had a drug scandal that led to a celebrity's death. His family covered it up and arranged a marriage with Wans Sue to repair his image. Mississippi Park planned it all. Furious and humiliated, Wans Sue storms out. That night, Kim tries to talk. He says he loves her and wants to make things work, but Wans Sue hits him with a revelation. She knows the child living with his mistress is his son. She offers him a way out: send the woman and the child abroad, and they can fix things. But Kim refuses, saying he can't make such a big decision without his mother's approval. Once again, Wans Sue realizes Mississippi Park controls everything. The next day, Wans Sue prepares for a family photo shoot, but she's furious when Mississippi Park insists on including Junhee. Wans Sue fears people will assume he's her son. The old lady just smirks. They're free to think what they like. Tension grows when Mississippi Park moves Junhee into Wans Sue's late son's room. Wans Sue needs a break, so she drives away. Dyun jumps in without hesitation, following her. They walk along the beach, where she cleans the sand from her feet. Dyun kneels to help her, careful and respectful, but she warns him firmly: stick to your duties as a bodyguard. Nothing more. Back at the mansion, Kim approaches her, confessing he loves her but feels neglected. He suggests having another child to save their marriage. Wans Sue resists. Outside, Dyun sees the tension and rushes in, restraining Kim gently. If she gets hurt, it'll be a mess for all of us, he warns, releasing him afterward. Wans Sue asks Dyun to drive her away, and he does. Meanwhile, Dyun digs deeper into the former chairman's death. The official story claims a heart attack at the Grand Palace Hotel, but the footage he recovered shows the chairman being taken from a different building entirely. Dyun is convinced someone within Wayne Group killed him, and his friend Yuk had been investigating it before his death. The next morning, Wans Sue's brother arrives with a contract from Mississippi Park, essentially a forced resignation. But Wans Sue won't back down. She leaks the story of Junhee to the media, exposing the secret affair. The news sends the family's companies into turmoil. Stock prices plummet, and Mississippi Park rages, unable to trace the leak. At a press conference, Wans Sue surprises everyone. She declares her husband innocent and reveals that Junhee is not his child. Then, in a shocking twist, she announces that Junhee is actually the son of the former Wayne Group chairman. Mississippi Park loses her composure, while Wans Sue's brother laughs in relief. Mississippi Park confronts Wans Sue, demanding she resign. Calm and firm, Wans Sue replies, "I'm protecting myself and the foundation. I've done more for Wayne Group than Kim ever has. I won't step down, and if you push me, I'll take everything to the authorities, including your laundering scheme." Days later, Mississippi Park brings Jang and her son into the mansion, declaring it the right thing to do as they were linked to her late husband. Wans Sue shows Jang her room but makes her clear, "Stay invisible. Stay out of my sight." That night, Wans Sue goes for a run and takes Do-yoon with her. As they run away from the house, he asks why she's fighting so hard. She recalls a memory from the past. The former chairman once confided in her, scanning her palm so she could access a secret bank account. He had broken hearts and secrets, and Wans Sue has been carrying that weight ever since. The former chairman once told Wans Sue that what she needed would reveal itself in time, and to stay married to Kim until then. Back in the present, Mississippi Park attends a university event, only to realize she's wearing the same dress as Wans Sue. Forced to stand side by side for photos, she channels her frustration into judo, challenging the security guards one by one, and knocking them down effortlessly. Then she dares Do-yoon to fight. Unlike the others, he defeats her. Impressed, Mississippi Park asks him to help her up, and for a brief moment, she seems drawn to him. Later, Mississippi Park calls Wans Sue, showing her photos of her mother in critical condition at a psychiatric hospital. Shocked, Wans Sue learns her mother may die soon. She rushes with Do-yoon and her brother to say goodbye. Her mother barely recognizes her, apologizing for using her to extract money in the past before passing away. Back home, Mississippi Park demands Wans Sue meet with the Chinese ambassador the next day. Wans Sue refuses. She's mentally drained. The old lady threatens her, promising her wrath if the deal fails. Feeling trapped, Wans Sue decides to take time away and turns off her phone to avoid being tracked. Do-yoon takes her to her old home to scatter her mother's ashes. They rest quietly, unaware they're being photographed, the image sent to Mississippi Park. That night, Kim confronts Do-yoon in a jealous rage, punching him and firing him before storming off. Mississippi Park later scolds Kim for his actions and orders her chief of security to apologize to Do-yoon. Determined to uncover the truth, Do-yoon begins investigating the chairman's death. He learns that his late friend Yuk was probing an underground gambling club tied to Wayne Group. At the club, Do-yoon asks for the boss, claiming someone from Wayne is looking for him. The boss feigns ignorance and reports Do-yoon to the security chief, who now realizes Do-yoon is running his own investigation. The next day, the chief warns Do-yoon to stop digging, but Do-yoon confronts him, insisting he knows the truth about the chairman's death. The chief breaks, admitting Do-yoon is correct, but clarifies the chairman died during intercourse, and the family fabricated a heart attack story to protect his image. The chief has nothing to do with Yuk's death. Meanwhile, Wans Sue goes on the offensive. For the Chinese cosmetics launch, she stars in an ad for a medical company, claiming proceeds will buy vaccines for Africa. Controversy erupts. The family demands she make amends, but Wans Sue continues her charity work, unaware that danger is near. While driving with Do-yoon and another bodyguard, a fleet of drones suddenly attacks their car. The chase begins, a wild, high-stakes ride that will test both Wans Sue and Do-yoon like never before. Do-yoon manages to evade the first wave of drone attacks, but the enemy keeps sending more. The second wave hits hard. One drone explodes near their car, flipping it. The attacker is revealed as Lee Jean, a bodyguard from the mansion. She rides away, confident the mission is over, but Do-yoon crawls out, rescuing the still-conscious Wans Sue. The car explodes behind them, and debris impales Do-yoon's back. He collapses on top of her, both unconscious. They are rushed to the hospital. Doctors successfully remove the debris from Do-yoon, who survives. Wans Sue wakes and asks about him, then corrects herself, asking about the other bodyguards. Kim reassures her, but reporters swarm outside, assuming a terrorist attack. Mississippi Park pressures the Seoul police commissioner to track the attackers, not out of care for Wans Sue, but because each attack hurts the family's stock prices. Once home, Wans Sue visits Do-yoon at the hospital, scolding him for risking his life. He simply says he followed his heart. He shows her CCTV footage of the attack, but she refuses to watch, trusting him completely. They share a quiet, intimate hug before she leaves. The next day, Wans Sue focuses on her foundation. She asks her brother for the financial ledgers, which have been altered for taxation purposes. Determined, She instructs Do-yoon to retrieve them from Mr. Han's room in the mansion. Using a clever latex fingerprint trick, Do-yoon breaks in, installs a camera inside a clock to uncover the safe's password, and retrieves some ledgers. Lee Jean notices and informs Han. Before Wans Sue can process the information, authorities arrive with a search warrant for Now Foundation and an arrest warrant for her brother, accusing him of embezzlement. Wans Sue visits him in custody. He remains calm, hinting that the family's dirty secrets will protect him. Later, Mississippi Park sends Wans Sue to Busan for a media event with her husband. They pretend to be happy for the cameras, but Wans Sue's heart is with Do-yoon. Unknown to them, Lee Jean, acting on Mr. Han's orders, is secretly surveilling them. She plans to assassinate Wans Sue and frame Do-yoon. That night, Lee Jean breaks in. Do-yoon locks Wans Sue in a room and fights the assassin. Wans Sue escapes, but Lee Jean attacks again at the docks. Do-yoon intervenes, kicking her into the water and rescuing Wans Sue. At dawn, safe at last, Wans Sue checks on Do-yoon. He reminds her he promised to protect her. In a quiet, romantic moment under the sunrise, they share their first kiss. The next day, Wans Sue and Kim pose happily for a photo shoot, but it's only for appearances. Behind the smiles, Wans Sue's thoughts are with Do-yoon, while Mississippi Park watches closely, growing suspicious. Han pressures Lee Jean, slapping her for failure and threatening her family in China if she doesn't complete her mission. That evening, Kim discovers that Mississippi Park has published photos of Wans Sue with Do-yoon, implying a secret affair. Furious, Kim confronts his mother. Old wounds surface. He reminds her of her affair with Mr. Han, while Mississippi Park defends herself, claiming her husband mistreated her. Kim leaves, frustrated. The next day, Han bails out Wans Sue's brother and tries to retrieve the ledgers from Do-yoon. Do-yoon warns him to be cautious, revealing that if the ledgers go public, Mississippi Park could go to jail. He also suspects Han is playing both sides. That night, Do-yoon breaks into Han's safe using footage from a secret camera. While examining files, he uncovers a shocking truth. Kim's brother is Han's son. Kim confronts Han over his father's death, accusing him of covering up a murder. Han denies it, but Kim asserts that he will inherit Wayne Group alone. Later, Kim points a rifle at Do-yoon, demanding to know if he's involved with Wans Sue. Do-yoon deflects and presses the investigation into the chairman's death, revealing that his police friend died while probing the case. Wans Sue calms Kim, supporting Do-yoon's efforts. The day the chairman's will is opened, it's revealed that he left 18 trillion to Now Foundation, with Wans Sue as the sole authorized signatory in Switzerland. Kim shares the truth with his half-brother, Min, who learns that he was responsible for the chairman's death, with Han covering it up. Kim tries to bond with his son, who chooses to stay with his mother rather than move into the mansion. Meanwhile, Do-yoon and Wans Sue's brother plan to hand the ledgers to Han, pretending the brother convinced Do-yoon. Lee Jean ambushes them, stabbing the brother. Do-yoon intervenes, injuring her, but she escapes. The brother dies in the hospital that night. Han reports the ledgers to the authorities, gaining Ms. Park's trust, while she is eventually arrested for embezzlement. Do-yoon discusses the evidence with Wans Sue, worried that illegal acquisition may prevent its use in court. When the authorities search Han's house, Lee Jean tries to flee, but Do-yoon confronts her. He recognizes a scar from previous attacks, confirming she killed Wans Sue's brother. After a brutal fight, Do-yoon subdues her, and the police arrest her, finally bringing justice to the chaos. Do-yoon pieces together the final puzzle. Lee Jean is the one who attacked Wans Sue's brother. The CCTV footage captures her movements, and the scar on her back matches the injuries Do-yoon inflicted during their earlier confrontation. Han, always scheming, uncovers a golden bar buried in the woods, stained with blood, the very weapon Min used to kill the chairman. He uses it to blackmail Mississippi Park in prison, forcing her to admit she hired someone to kill Wans Sue, threatening to pin the murder on her son if she refuses. Min, furious over being left out of the will, storms the mansion with a rifle, aiming at Kim. A violent confrontation unfolds. Despite Han's attempts to intervene, Min shoots Kim multiple times. Wans Sue rushes to his side. In Kim's final moments, he confesses his love, expressing regret that he never knew how to show it. The mansion descends into chaos. Han orders his men to erase CCTV footage and fabricate evidence, attempting to frame Wans Sue for Kim's murder. She is taken to the police station, bewildered and terrified, desperately telling her side of the story. Do-yoon moves quickly. He finds Min hiding in the mansion, and forensic tests reveal gunpowder residue on him, not Wans Sue. Deleted CCTV footage is recovered, showing her rushing into the room the moment the first shot is fired to save Kim. Wans Sue is exonerated and released, while Min is sent to jail. Mississippi Park admits to ordering Lee Jean to attack Wans Sue, finally revealing the network of corruption and deceit. Han temporarily seizes control of Wayne Group as CEO, but Do-Youn's investigative work uncovers proof of him receiving the ledgers from Mississippi Park. Han is arrested, ending his manipulation. Wans Sue finally has the freedom to live her life without constant threats and schemes looming over her. Do-Youn returns to the police force, his mission complete but his bond with Wans Sue unbroken. 1 year later, at an airport, Wans Sue prepares to fly to Tanzania for charity work. Do-Youn surprises her. He is no longer her bodyguard. Instead, he is now a volunteer, joining her on the flight. Their eyes meet, full of unspoken understanding and mutual respect. A soft smile passes between them as they prepare to take on the world, side by side. This ending captures justice served, Wans Sue's independence, and the beginning of a heartfelt partnership between her and Do-Youn, leaving the story both satisfying and cinematic. Wans Sue's journey shows courage, love, and resilience. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling adventures.